Well, that is the most talk of mortgages, bank loans, and finance contracts that I've maybe seen in a single viewing of an action film. Regardless of that, seeing this movie was definitely an event. It was a jam-packed house. It was more crowded here than it was for me last week at Doctor Strange. And there was thunderous applause when this movie started, and that continued off and on through the movie. Especially when the lead, Mahesh Babu, shows up. It was like being front row at a concert and Elvis comes on stage. In the film, he plays the owner of a finance corporation who is very serious about money. He'll get his debts one way or another, as it opens like watching one of the early Fast and the Furious movies, only if the leads started talking seriously about interest rates. There's a stare down where he says, "I give you $1 and you give me 70 cents in interest." And even this got a woo from the crowd. Hell, I was about to join them when this goes into a fight where there's actually a punch counter on screen for how many times he hits the bad guys. He even gets into the car with the guy where he says, "You can steal my car, but you can't steal my money," as he whips out a guitar and then starts playing the soundtrack. There's a lot of money talk in this. The first musical number we get is him singing about his business with a song talking about check depositing and lines like, "I don't care if you're Bill Gates or Uncle Biden, give me my wages or I'll skin you alive." This is like I'm watching the world's most intricate local TV commercial for a loan office. Things come to a head, though, when he falls in love with Keerthy Suresh, a party girl with debts who pretends to be a college student to get $10K, but won't give it back to him. So, he tries getting it from her dad, a corporate tycoon crime lord who runs the banks and the government. There's honestly some pretty funny scenes here where he thinks she's a college student, but she's conning him, and he doesn't see it because he's in love, which is driving his friend insane. She's like, "Oh, I don't have any ID." And he goes, "Oh, that's fine." She texts him saying that she's studying in the library, and his friend's like, "What? The library's closed. It's 1:30 in the morning." And he goes, "Oh, she's probably studying outside the library. There are street lights she can use." My favorite is when she has these supposed awards that she's won, and one of them is an Oscar. So his friend goes, "Wait, isn't that for actors or something?" And our lead just says, "Hey, why are you being so negative?" Even in the musical number, she is trying to steal his wallet. There are good action scenes, too. Between the rom-com shenanigans, he'll slice people up with a knife or punch a shot glass directly into a debt collector's stomach. But scenes like this are pretty far few in between, and outside of some of the better scenes, there's a lot of lulls, with many, many monologues about EMIs, contracts, and mortgage rates. Sometimes it's like watching a banking version of On Deadly Ground. Hell, some of these scenes even have action movie music playing over it, like when he's talking about mobile banking. And then the music gets even more thunderous when they get a fax sent to them. Then he'll beat people in the face with bank keys and say stuff like, "You have until 5 o'clock. That's when business hours end." There's even a song about government auction rates, and even the romance song says things like, "The cash register is cha-chinging with the sound of our love." There's also some very questionable green screening going on sometimes that makes the lighter moments look not unlike a Hallmark movie. Which is odd considering how the movie opens with two people who are unable to pay their debts, so they hang themselves. There's also a bizarre sequence where she's in debt to him, so he has her continuously sleep over and in the same bed with him, so she'll fall in love with him. Like I'm watching a light rom-com version of 365 Days, or The Taming of the Shrew. Though I do love some of his weird analogies, like, "It's as if you broke into a bedroom in which a bridegroom just popped 100 Viagra pills for his first night of action before beating someone's face in." This is a high ticket price movie, and I don't know if it was necessarily worth that. The slower moments in it did make me a bit antsy, and none of it really seemed to justify that the movie is almost 3 hours long. Considering there's a big section of it that's like a pissing match between the hero and the villain over 10 grand, so he starts sabotaging his business contracts, and the hero even goes on television, standing in front of a bunch of people he killed, to say, look, I just want my 10 grand, alright? Then it has a bank notice delivery scene involving a flaming truck. I'll give it a respectable C+. It's hit or miss. It's got a good first half, but really lags in the second. Though at least it's got that cool shot where he kicks a guy into an exploding fish boat. And it might be the most slap-happy lead character I've seen in a while, as there's more open palm slaps to the face than there are fight scenes. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to subscribe to our channel today and click the notification bell, and we'll have a review coming up for the new adaptation of Firestarter. See you then.